Melissa here, hanging out with Chris Ulrich in the GEICO Suzuki truck, and just going to ask a couple questions. Not really so much about Daytona, but just kind of what it's like being the son of someone pretty prominent in the paddock and coming up and some of the things that entails. I think a lot of people might have some preconceived ideas, so in your own words, kind of what's it been like, you know, from a little kid until where you are now?
Well, you get a skewed perspective for sure because the baddest stuff, the fastest racers have been showing up in my house for a long time. You know, back the best stories, it's like Thomas Stevens, 1991 Superbike champion. He ruined our couch. By the time he slept on our couch long enough, he didn't even pull out the bed. He just slept on it long enough that there was a Thomas Stevens indent in the couch. So from those guys, the list is huge.
Do you think that it's more of a help or a hindrance being around so many phenomenal racers from such a young age? Like, I know personally, being married to a Superbike champion, that you tend to expect great things out of yourself, and it's really easy to never be able to fulfill what you're looking for because you're setting your goals so high. But on the other hand, it's good to be always pushed. So what have you found?
Racing's never easy, flat out. I don't know. You know, I went from cleaning guys' helmets and folding posters and rolling posters to actually racing myself and having to put a race program together, and then, you know, now it's like I'm the boss of half of it, and it's a lot of responsibility and difficult. But yeah, your own. Sometimes, like now, my personal racing ambitions are still there, but there's also I have to do this at the racetrack now. I have to make sure this is happening at the racetrack. So it takes a little tiny bit of the focus off.
How do you feel being a team owner might help or hinder your ability to be a racer? I mean, having organized my own race program, I know when you put that hat on, you have to take the racer hat off for a minute. So it's got to affect your results, and how do you deal with that?
I'm still getting used to it. This is the first weekend doing it. Really in the trenches. In the past, with TeamRoadRacingWorld.com, I had some responsibility with that team, but it kind of ran itself. It was this RoadRacingWorld.com. I happened to know the owner. It was cool. If something didn't happen or something got overlooked, it wasn't critical. Now everything must be perfect, and so it takes a little bit of the attention away. But as long as I get the training in and I get everything, and I do my homework before I show up, and do my homework through the weekend. I mean, granted, Daytona is always a big deal, and we're at Daytona right now. So, but now we got the first weekend out of the way. I understand what I need to do for my homework before I arrive, so it's less of a distraction. But yeah, for sure, this weekend it was hard to get through it, and I was. In some occasions, I was dealing with stuff straight up to 5 minutes before I put my helmet on. And that's hard, but it seems like with racers, as you know, you flip the switch, you flip the shield down, and the switch goes off, and you go, and everything's clear. So it's the beautiful thing about racing. It doesn't matter what's going on in your personal life, your professional life, or anything in general. You flip the shield down, it's just you and your bike.
Do you think that you'd be as motivated to put that team together if it didn't also mean creating a spot for yourself to ride? Or do you think you'll continue in the team ownership avenue when and if you decide to move out of racing yourself?
100%, because racing motorcycles and motorcycle racing in general is how I eat. It's fed my family. Now I'm 32 years old. Every meal that I've ever had has come from motorcycle racing, and so it's an empire, from Team Hammer, my father's company, my parents' company, to Chris Ulrich Racing now. And my sisters are partners with me in Chris Ulrich Racing, and my older sister Haley was key to getting the GEICO deal done, and my younger sister Natalie is she's the ad person for Road Racing World, but she's also my business partner with Chris Ulrich Racing. And so it's just a family deal. This is how we make money. We're in the trenches. This is our gig. There's no going back. We're committed, and if I decided tomorrow that I wasn't going to be a motorcycle racer, this truck would come to the racetrack, and we would field as many people as we can afford to without going out of business. and you know, be happy that we're here and we have a great sponsor and we're racing motorcycles.
That's awesome. I think that's really cool. One last question. How hard is it for you when you go home? You got your dad, your sisters, your own son, and a daughter.
Thank you.
How hard is it to, be a family away from motorcycle racing? Do you take a lot of this home with you?
You live it. It's racing. As you know, we come down, we train on bicycles every once in a while, and when I get some free time. And my son runs around the house wearing an old helmet of mine, and he takes my gloves and he's riding on a strider around the house. And then my daughter, gets the other pair of gloves that he didn't, that he's not wearing. One time I found a Lego guy in my glove at a press launch, and that was kind of interesting, and called home and, hey, I found this blue Lego guy. Hey, Van, Daddy found your Lego guy. I'm very thankful, too, for the motorcycle industry, and through the magazine and through the race team, I've been able to make a living, and as long as I can do that playing with motorcycles, it's going to be a great day. And the Ulrich family in general, we're here for going racing. We love racing, we love motorcycles, and we're here to help the sport grow and also just live a little.
That's great. Well, we all welcome your presence here in the paddock and wish you a lot of luck for the year.